Batara has directed the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, to immediately interdict the Registrar General of the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Mercy Kainobwisho, as investigations into alleged corruption at the Bureau get underway. The Inspectorate of Government has opened investigations into Kainobwisho over allegations of embezzlement of government funds, abuse of office, institutional mismanagement, money laundering, and maladministration at URSB.
The Republic of Uganda and Section 13(6) of the Inspectorate of Government Act Cap 32, the Inspector General of Government, Lady Justice Aisha Naluzebatala, has directed the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, to immediately interdict the Registrar General of the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Mercy Kainobwisho. Kainobwisho is accused of embezzlement of government funds, abuse of office, institutional mismanagement, money laundering and maladministration at URSB. The interdiction is intended to ensure that the ongoing investigations are conducted without interference and in public interest. Mao has also been directed, in consultation with the URSB board, to put in place interim arrangements to ensure the uninterrupted discharge of the functions of the Registrar General throughout the period of interdiction. The Minister has further been directed to hold URSB's scheduled residential executive training at the National Leadership Institute, Nali Chankwanzi, which was scheduled to run from Sunday, August 16th to Friday, August 21st, 2026. The training is to remain suspended until the Inspectorate of Government's investigations are concluded or further guidance is issued. 3 more officials affected in a separate directive. The IGJ has directed the chairperson of the URSB Board of Directors, Butajira Francis, to interdict 3 senior officials of the Bureau pending completion of investigations into allegations of corruption against them. The affected officials include Aganya Alex, Deputy Registrar General Kwesiga Arthur, Commissioner ICT and Innovations Kule Walid, Assistant Commissioner Business Registration Services. Butajira has been directed to promptly make appropriate interim arrangements for the discharge of the functions of the interdicted officials in accordance with the applicable laws, thereby ensuring continuity of URSB's services and preventing any operational lacuna. The board chairperson has also been directed to ensure that the URSB board, management and staff fully cooperate with the ongoing investigations and provide the necessary support to facilitate their completion.
I think this has a little something to do with what the president called no sleep. Now, following the president's directive to have the head of the Uganda Registration Services Bureau and other officials to step aside to pave the way for investigations into alleged corruption, abuse of office and money laundering, governance experts are questioning the effectiveness of oversight at the Bureau and calling for amendments to the law governing its operations. The experts want the URSB board and the Auditor General's oversight roles scrutinized, while the Bureau maintains that the investigations will not affect its operations.
The news of suspension of senior officials at the Uganda Registration Services Bureau has spread following reports that URSB Registrar General Mercy Kainobwisho and 3 other officials were directed to step aside to pave way for investigations. The development was confirmed by the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Justin Kasero Lumumba, who says President Museveni directed the Inspectorate of Government to investigate allegations of corruption at the Bureau.
I've formed a team that is auditing URSB. Corruption is corruption. It's alleged corruption. Alleged corruption. Since the investigation and auditing is going on at the same time, they've told them to step aside. But I just wanted to inform you it is a presidential directive.
The minister says it is not yet clear how long the 4 officials will remain out of office as investigations continue. She has, however, assured the public that the investigations will not affect operations of the URSB.
So registration still goes on. Online activities or services are offered online, and there are experts who are going to remain there doing that work, and that will not disorganize the operations of the institution.
Governance experts say the investigation should also examine the effectiveness of the oversight mechanisms at the URSB, particularly the role of the board and the Auditor General in detecting and addressing any alleged irregularities.
The law on the audit says that the Auditor General shall audit the accounts of the Bureau every year. And it requires the board to submit the accounts of the board to the Auditor General within 4 months of the close of the financial year.
Ogalo also points to what he describes as weaknesses in the law governing URSB. He argues that the Registrar General's position as both the Chief Executive of the Bureau and a member of the board responsible for overseeing its operations creates a potential conflict of interest. He specifically cites Section 17 and 18 of the URSB Act, arguing that some of the provisions could create loopholes for abuse of office and corruption.
Where I think there is a problem is that the Registrar General is also a member of the board. In effect, she's going to be monitoring and evaluating herself. That's the problem with that. Registrar General is seated there, member of the board. They are considering his or her report. The secretary of the board is presenting it, and is supposed to say there is a problem with the Registrar General. She's the one receiving.
He specifically cites Section 17 and 18 of the URSB Act, arguing that some of the provisions could create loopholes for abuse of office and corruption.
Surprisingly, Section 18, the very next section, then goes ahead and weakens that provision by providing that the Bureau shall have a bank account or bank accounts as may be approved by the board. So you see a conflict here.
Other governance experts, however, argue that investigation should be conducted without disrupting the delivery of essential services at the Bureau, suggesting that existing administrative mechanisms could be used to secure continuity.
So how does a big government agency like this one go to a point where the top leadership of the agency, at the top level, 5 officers are then caught in an alleged corruption scandal of this nature? So there is something fundamentally wrong with the way we are running the government and running these agencies that we are not able to detect. On the contrary, we end up doing post-mortem.
In a statement, URSB said despite the ongoing investigations, its operations continue as normal. According to the Auditor General's 2025 report, about 6 billion shillings was spent on developing and improving URSB's online business registration system. However, the audit found that the system has not been operating effectively.
Normal indeed. Until the recent interdictions at the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, many Ugandans largely knew the Uganda Registration Services Bureau for registering companies, reserving business names and protecting trademarks. Yet, the statutory body's mandate extends far beyond these familiar functions. URSB maintains some of the country's most important legal and commercial registers, making it central to Uganda's business and justice systems. This piece does examine the wider mandate, while as well exploring concerns over how the interdiction of top leadership could affect the institution's day-to-day operations and functionality.
Created to professionalize registration functions previously handled under the Registrar General's office, the Uganda Registration Services Bureau is a key institution supporting Uganda's business and intellectual property system. From registering companies and business names to protecting trademarks, patents and copyrights, the Bureau provides services critical to businesses, investors, innovators and creators. Under Section 4.2 of the URSB Act, Cap 217, its mandate includes business registration, registering companies and business names and maintaining records of these entities, giving businesses formal legal recognition, intellectual property, registering patents, trademarks and industrial designs, providing legal protection for innovations and brands, copyright and neighboring rights, enabling musicians, authors and other creatives to protect and benefit from their work. Together, these and other functions position URSB as a crucial pillar of Uganda's commercial and legal infrastructure.
As business owners, it has become more efficient with their online system. From the customer-facing perspective.
However, the latest sweep of interdictions affecting senior officials, including the Bureau's Registrar General, to pave the way for investigations into allegations of embezzlement and abuse of office, has raised questions about how the probe could affect the institution's performance and the economic and legal sectors that depend on its services.
The top management officials have a big stake in ensuring that they supervise and make the decisions where the low-ranking officials may not be able to make the decisions.
It should be a culture or custom that once the investigation is against you, step out, because you allow auditors to do their work diligently and independently, as opposed to when you are still holding office.
Stakeholders note that with 5 senior officials under investigation, the probe could disrupt operations, with concerns over delays in decision-making, increased workloads for acting officials and possible gaps in supervision.
Of course, if the top leadership is not there, certain decisions won't be taken, so there will definitely be some impact on their level of efficiency, their turnaround time, their ability to address queries.
But in so many institutions, work is not manned by top officials. It is these lower cadres that always run institutions.
While the Bureau confirmed the ongoing probe into its senior leadership, it reassured the public that the interdictions would not hinder service delivery. URSB said its institutional structure allows acting officials to assume the responsibilities of affected officers and maintain continuity. Ultimately, the institution's effectiveness during this period will depend on how well its internal systems absorb the leadership changes as the forensic audit runs its course.
Let's have a wider look at the level and the names of the individuals involved in this interdiction. Those include Mercy Kainobisho, who is the Registrar General that has certainly been asked to step away. And that also includes Agaba Gilbert, who is the Commissioner of Business Registration. It also includes Walid Kalole, who is the Assistant Commissioner Business Registration. Also includes Commissioner ICT and Innovation Arthur Kwesiga, and Alex Anganya, who is the Deputy Registrar General, Finance and Administration. And that makes the cast of those that have been asked to step away whilst investigations continue to go on. And live for us this evening is the Honorable Karim Masaba, who is the Member of Parliament, Industrial Division, Mbale City, and he joins us this evening with top officials interdicted who oversees the day-to-day operations of such an important institution of the public service system.
Thank you very much, Samson, and good evening to all the viewers there. Yes, I've taken a look at the top leadership that has been interdicted, and many of them are involved in the day-to-day running of URSB. But when you look at their laws, the laws that are governing URSB and our constitution, you'll notice that they have the Registrar General, who acts as a CEO, and then the Deputy Registrar General, who has been the one in charge of administration and finance, who are all interdicted. Then we have the board that is supposed to take care of the day-to-day activities, oversight of the top management as well. So I believe the minister is still there because the president did write to the Minister of Justice, which minister will direct the board to recommend names for appointment, and I believe we'll have people probably in acting capacity to go on and run these activities as the investigation goes on.
One would assume that government has a system of audit and both internal and external audit. If that's the case, I'm working on an assumption. If that be the case, how are things like this missed?
I think government has put up a lot of systems to prevent corruption, to prevent abuse of public office. But in my view, as a person who has interacted with the Office of the Auditor General, the biggest challenge that they do face is, of course, funding, and they've raised this on several occasions. You'll find that many of the audits are done, but it is just a sample of what exactly is happening in the country. You'll find that they will do an audit on an institution and maybe sample out only 20% or 30% of the projects that were carried out or that were done by that institution. So this implies that they do not audit each and everything that was happening, and they do not have the speciality to do certain audits. For example, there is a specialized audit. As Parliament, we requested for Lubowa, and the Auditor General came out and told us, I do not have the specific engineers, I do not have the experts, the medical experts, who can tell us which equipment and how much they cost, because all these things vary in cost, vary in functionality. So it is a bit challenging that these institutions that are supposed to help us at times lack the necessary capacity. They will end up outsourcing, maybe getting people from out there, which people in the end may be as well compromised, and as a country, we might fail to get the actual facts of what exactly happened and how much we are losing as a country.
Isn't it interesting and enjoyable working within a system that doesn't have the capacity, does not have a capacity to conduct an audit, and that absence of capacity is also public knowledge? I think that's a lovely place to work if you are willing to be dishonest, because those who are supposed to supervise you do not have the capacity, and they've said as much. Shouldn't we just fold hands and go home?
I think we need, as a country, to revise the way we do audits, the way we carry out oversight, because when you look at currently in the country, for example, I'm part of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. We are dealing with reports of the audit year that ended December 2025. This implies that we are looking at audits for the financial 2024-2025. So we are actually looking at projects that were carried out in late 2024. This implies that we are being more proactive than, we are being more reactive than being proactive.
No, I get you.
Yes. So what exactly is happening is many of these projects, the Auditor General goes ahead and audits after funds have already been lost. That is why when you look at the Ugandans out there, they are excited by what the Minister of Local Government is finding out. He's being proactive. He's going on the ground and finding some of the things as they are being done. But when you wait for all the projects in the financial to be done, I think it's quite difficult and challenging for you to get to the fact of this. I would expect the IGG to begin moving out, moving the entire country, the Auditor General moving out there, looking at some of these projects, sampling some of these projects, because many of them are multi-year projects. They do take time to build. You'll find, he will go and find money has been lost on maybe the Usega Expressway. But this is a project that has been happening over time. You'll find money has been lost in the construction of a hospital. Why isn't it that this money is discovered in the first year or second year of implementation? Why do we have to wait for the financial to get done? The Auditor General has very many entities to do, which entities he does not have the capacity to audit all of them and send these reports to Parliament, which Parliament is expected to look at all these reports within a period of 6 months and then report to the country. So we end up missing most of the things. I think we need to do more of being proactive than being reactive, looking at things after they were done. You'll find that we are auditing a project and someone has even left the country. We were interacting with one of the agencies and we were told that the person who did that project left the entity and now is an expatriate working with the World Bank. So how could we get this person? You might find they have even built apartments and they are collecting already money from the apartments, and we are just auditing now. So what happens? These apartments are not in their names, maybe they're in their relatives. So it is very, very hard and challenging. And the worst part is, you'll find that some of these people...
In conclusion, yes.
Yes, in conclusion. You'll find that some of these people, end up being cleared, because we have a very corrupt system that we need to clean up. You'll find that the people who are being sent to audit or investigate are the same people who are part of the corrupt system, that they will be given money to clear these projects. They know that once the Auditor General comes, I need to give him such an envelope for him to clear me and ensure that everything runs smoothly.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Karim Masaba. You've just changed how I see audit and auditors, and I'm sure very many people working are not going to fear auditors after your explanation of how this is generally done. Now, government has resolved to continue facilitating the current cohort of medical interns with 1.2 million shillings per month, subject to tax, as it undertakes a wider review of provisions governing the internship training in health sector. Health Minister, the towering Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, told Parliament that both government and privately sponsored interns will receive the monthly package.
The Minister for Health, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, presented the Cabinet resolution to Parliament on Tuesday during a sitting chaired by Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa, noting that government will continue facilitating the current medical interns as government continues to analyse the provisions of medical interns in the internship policy.
The current cohort of interns will be paid the same amount, that is 1,268,929, and is subject to tax.
The minister said the ministry has also expanded internship centres from the previous number to 77 in order to accommodate 2,490 medical interns expected to start training this year. According to the minister, the president is of the view that salaries for the medical people should not be subjected to taxes like their counterparts in the security organ, but this is subject to discussion by the responsible stakeholders.
The president is of the view and has guided that we should not subject the pay of medical workers to tax, the way it is done to the soldiers and the armed forces.
Addressing the arrest of pre-interns who attempted to access Parliament last week, the minister said the ministry will engage the judiciary and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to have charges against the 8 students dropped.
As the Minister of Health, I will engage the judicial officers together with Attorney General to see how the issue can be amicably resolved.
He also tabled before Parliament the national internship policy. The minister said the policy is intended to streamline the training of medics and set standards and competences for medical professionals in the country.
A new policy was passed, championed by the Ministry of Education and Sports, but in conjunction with the Ministry of Health.
We should also consider issues of meals, breakfast, lunch, supper. This has not been provided within, and yet we found situations of doctors working 24 hours, 48 hours.
The announcement was welcomed by both the Leader of Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, and the Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Health, who said the facilitation and policy will help address the ongoing impasse in the health sector.
Surely with inflation and passage of time and so on, 1 million 5 years ago is not the same today. And it has been one of the issues they have been raising. So I hope that in your continuous engagements, that can get to be incorporated.
I think the allowance that we give really needs to be stepped up such that these interns are able to choose accommodation in safer areas.
We shall continue to put pressure on the courts, both the present and the future, must continue to be supported by the government so that the holistic approach towards health care continues.
Feedback, and I'll tell you why I'm giggling away. The government has agreed to pay medical interns. How best can the government support interns to effectively carry out their duties and to serve the country? Let's get to that one pretty quickly. And it is Derek Taremo saying, Derek I'm or aim, provide adequate supervision. Interns are still trainees and should work under qualified specialists and senior doctors. Government has itself emphasized that interns should not be left to run facilities without proper supervision. Is internship where they learn to work without supervision? It is unfortunate that this decision came after medical interns staged a protest, a clear indication of limited consultation. The government should regularly and adequately consult available structures such as the Uganda Medical Association before making such critical decisions. For sustainable support, the government should develop a clear framework/guidelines on support such as supervision and welfare, with the current doctor-to-patient ratio. Interns are very important. Good.
More to come, brought to you by
Global Paint. How? For the seating. For us, we use Global Mat.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Access unsecured loans of up to 500 million Uganda shillings plus 6 months of free banking. Ku NCBA Bank, Chigwa Kuwerere. Visit any NCBA Bank branch today and unlock the momentum your business deserves.
NCBA Bank, go for it.
Minister Balam warns of entrenched corruption in the districts. He was appearing before the Namboze committee, and that is some story to wait for, I can guarantee you. Let me tell you, Alex Mkulu quoted, and I quote, that hungry people cannot appreciate classical music. And I'd like to tell you, if you haven't eaten an entire day, NBS Live at 9 will become a very interesting show. Mulie kumele.
Hello, Mr. Mkasa.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. Are you the broker?
The original one.
I was told you have very good rentals.
That is right. How many bedrooms do you want?
I want 3 bedrooms.
Okay, did I tell you of the price?
Yes, of course. 500,000.
No. This side, the salary went a bit high.
Why?
Because the paint we use is of good quality. So the place gained the value.
Which paint?
Global Paint.
How?
For the ceiling, for us we use Global Mat. And for the inside walls, we use Global Silk V9.
Okay, tell me about the outside walls.
Outside we use Global Weather Coat Emulsion so that the walls don't peel.
I'm really impressed. The precision you put while painting, I'm willing to pay any amount.
That is true, because here for us quality is paramount and the place becomes humidity.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
You wanna make tasty food and sales. You want to do that doesn't steal. Candaling one no ya night. Sika de buto one night. Nailo afro ya sing. Sika de buto one night. Candaling one no ya night.
Cook better, sell better with modern healthy cholesterol-free cooking oil and modern non-sticky wheat flour. Modern Yenyabo.
You need a bigger space to grow your business. You need more equipment to meet demand.
You need to make sure everyone gets paid on time.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Have some business banking.
My name is Bernadette Nambikaruhanga. I'm the director of the National Curriculum Development Center. I'm inviting you all to the second International Curriculum Conference that is due to take place on the 20th and 21st of August 2026 at Speak Resort Mnyonyo. And we shall be discussing matters related to a globalized future in as far as curriculum is concerned.
Yawalaji, Laji, Yawalaji, Laji, Yawalaji, Laji, Yawalaji, Laji, Yawalaji, Laji, Yawalaji, Laji. Color your world.
If whiskey could talk, Johnny Walker Black Label would sing. With notes that only come with 12 years in a barrel. Sweet, smooth toffee, rich fruit, and a touch of smoke. Tastes as good as it sounds.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces invites you to the second edition of the UPDF-CDF Inter-Forces Drill Competition. Join us on Tuesday, 25th August 2026 at the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for an electrifying showcase of precision drill, synchronized formations, discipline, and military excellence. Under the theme Precision, Discipline and Cohesion, Pillars of National Resilience and Transformation. Witness UPDF formations battle for the coveted Inter-Forces Drill Championship. Who will take the crown? Will it be the Land Forces, Air Force, Special Forces Command, Field Artillery, Motorized Infantry, Marines Brigade, Directorate of Women Affairs, Military Police, or one of the 1st to 5th Divisions? The event will be presided over by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. For more information, call 0392 947 455.
Welcome back. Now, lawyers from Lukwago and co-advocates, the law firm representing Dr. Kiza Besigye and Haj Obed Lutale, who are facing treason charges, have withdrawn from the case. The legal team, led by Medad Lubega Segona and former Lord Mayor Arias Lukwago, who is currently incarcerated, formally notified court of their withdrawal. Their departure adds to a growing list of lawyers who have previously stepped away from the case.
This morning, lawyers representing Dr. Kiza Besigye and Haj Obed Lutale in their treason trial surprised proceedings at the High Court after filing a notice informing court of their withdrawal from the case. The lawyers, led by Medad Lubega Segona, told court that their team leader Arias Lukwago had instructed them to formally notify the court that he was no longer involved in defending Besigye and Lutale. Lukwago, who is currently in custody facing charges of misprision of treason, is accused by the state of having knowledge of the alleged offences for which he was defending Besigye. He remains embroiled in a legal battle for bail after a previous attempt to secure temporary release to access medical treatment were unsuccessful.
The grounds basically are that he has a fixed and known place on the board. He cannot abscond. He has no intentions of interfering with witnesses or even the prosecutors, or you can say the prosecution case. He has no intentions of running out of this country. He's not a flight risk. He's a man of advanced age, as you know. And he has spent the mandatory period on remand of 2 months, 60 days.
The withdrawal makes Lukwago and co-advocates the latest in a series of private law firms and individual lawyers to step away from the Besigye and Lutale defense. Several other lawyers, including Martha Karua, who was denied entry into Uganda while seeking to participate in the defense, as well as Frederick Mpanga, Alex Luganda, Kato and Kakurutu Musime, and Bayan Turinawe, have already withdrawn from the case. Another lawyer, Aaron Kiza, is also understood to have left the country amid reports that his continued involvement in Besigye's defense had contributed to difficulties he faced. Segona and his colleagues maintain that despite the difficult circumstances under which they are operating, they remain committed to defending the rule of law and safeguarding the integrity of Uganda's justice system.
Now, the Minister for Local Government, Balam Barugahara, has raised concern over widespread corruption in local government, saying bribery has become entrenched in several districts, departments and is undermining service delivery. Appearing before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee on Local Government, Barugahara accused some local government workers of sabotaging government programs and frustrating service delivery. He urged members of Parliament to support efforts to crack down on officials implicated in corruption and hold them accountable.
Officials from the Ministry of Local Government, led by Minister Balam Barugahara and the State Minister Justin Namere, appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Public Accounts for Local Government, chaired by Mukono Municipality MP Betty Namboze, to explain measures being taken to fight corruption at the district level.
That this meeting, as I've told you earlier, was triggered by your letter inviting the committee to join you in the field. After careful consideration, the committee found itself unable to do so.
Among the issues raised, the committee questioned the ministry on why it's not relying on existing anti-corruption agencies and the delayed submission of key reports on financial mismanagement in local governments to Parliament.
How do we shift back from ministry and the national enforcement to functional local accountability structures as provided for under our constitution?
The ministers have gone around claiming to arrest, but we do not see anyone being produced in court.
It is a duty of every citizen of Uganda to protect, preserve public property, to combat corruption and misuse or wastage of public property or resources. Honorable Namboze.
Minister Balam said the ministry had taken on the mantle because government anti-corruption institutions have for a long time failed to deliver.
The system in the local government has been sleeping. That's the right word I can say. We have a complete system. It's broken down. Now, to work that system, we needed to check them. And as of you members of Parliament, you are fearing these thugs in the district.
The minister asked legislators to support the intensified crackdown on corrupt officials as part of the efforts to improve service delivery.
When I took over this ministry with my colleague and the people we met in the ministry, we found there was a boil that was boiling that we needed to pierce. Now, if you fear the technical people at the district, let me not fear them for you. Let me sort them for you. I'm not witch hunting anybody.
Balam further alleged that some districts previously ranked among the best performers only achieved those rankings because their chief administrative officers paid for the positions.
Mr. Balam and team, I would like you also to check on the people that award districts for best performance. Ever since like 5 years back, my district has never gone beyond the 3rd position in performing better. But when you go on ground, you can hardly see what they have done.
Now, I told the PSD, you remember what I told you? These people whom you think they are clean, they could be the worst. So you keeping someone in 12 years in one position is a risk. So we should not allow our cows to be in a district for over 3 years.
It is obvious that these cows are too powerful because they have godparents above. And we only know one godparent who is a permanent secretary.
Most MPs on the committee welcomed the commitment by Minister Balam and the State Minister Justin Namere to reform the local government sector and strengthen accountability.
The 1 billion road fund, accountability comes to your office. In 2024, I got accountability of roads that they claimed had been constructed and never constructed.
I'm so lucky that I have seen the madam in charge of PDM. If you can come to our districts, a lot of issues that are concerning PDM.
I wish to say, all of you read it and you will see the rot we have, by the way, in this country. People doing things with impunity. They don't care.
And we have been becoming more corrupt. The minister is corrupt. All of us are corrupt. Because instead of doing the right thing at the right time, we are doing the right thing at the wrong time.
Now let's move on to education. The National Council for Higher Education has begun reviewing 700 higher education programs as Uganda moves to a competence-based education system designed to produce graduates with practical skills for the workforce. NCHE said the programs are being assessed after higher education institutions were directed last year to transform their curricula ahead of the admissions of students completing Senior 6.
Speaking to the media shortly after engaging university lecturers from different institutions, Reverend Canon Dr. Alex Kagume, Deputy Executive Director of National Council for Higher Education, say the reforms should not be interpreted as an immediate abolition of existing academic programs. He said the reforms introduce new requirements aimed at making university education more practical.
It is not because higher education is undergoing this change of ensuring that education becomes skills-based and that it covers a wide range of the attributes of the individual, the behaviors, the values, the skills, the knowledge, and also the attitudes.
The Director of Quality Assurance and Accreditation at the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Vincent Sembatia, said the Council developed competence-based education and training standards which were approved in January and subsequently conducted regional workshops to equip institutional personnel with skills to redesign their programs.
Now, as we speak, as of today alone, we are reviewing 700 programs. And considering that our curriculum has about 4,000 programs, and among these, about 2,000 of them are undergraduate programs. So getting 700, that gets us to more than a third of the programs that are available.
Sembatia said institutions are expected to have their programs ready in the competence-based format by August 2027, when the next cohort of students is expected to enroll in higher education. Professor Edward Semakula, a lecturer at Bishop Stewart University in Mbarara, welcomed the reforms, saying universities should focus on producing graduates capable of applying their knowledge and skills in practical settings.
It's the right direction because we actually considering all the programs, like right from bachelors, diplomas, and so on, and up to masters and PhDs. But in terms of competences, we are going to be considering those degrees, the bachelors and diplomas. At a higher level, we shall be staying at what we have right now.
MTN voice bundle. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, Opio. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21# and get your free minutes bully daily. Free your fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
We don't need anyone's permission to move forward. What we need is the power to do it our way. Spiro is not your typical EV company. It's the power grid for African ambition. A network that connects Nairobi to Kigali, Lagos to Lome, Dar to Kampala. Not with cables and wires, but with clean, quiet, relentless movement. This is Africa, powered by us.
I'm sick and tired of running after the
Afro Urban presents Kigali Meets Kampala, featuring Rwanda's Mike Kaihura and Uganda's Cohen JC. Live on Saturday 29th August at Motif Bugolobi. Get ready for an unforgettable night of music, culture and non-stop vibes. Tickets are available now at quicket.co.ug. Powered by Club Pilsner. Refreshingly different.
Excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health. Not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Every business begins with belief. They believe that tomorrow can be bigger than today. But waiting to be paid should never hold ambition back. With NCBA Working Capital Solutions, unpaid invoices become opportunity. Because some ambitions build more than businesses, they build futures. At NCBA, we bank on belief, empowering ambition with tailored financial solutions built around your business. Whatever your next move, we are here to help you grow. Access unsecured loans of up to 500 million Uganda shillings plus 6 months of free banking. Kwa NCBA Bank, Chigwa Kuwerere. Visit any NCBA Bank branch today and unlock the momentum your business deserves.
NCBA Bank. Go for it.
Swans Avenue present Vinca Live and Loud. It's going to be an endless hit. Tune ko tune on Friday the 21st of August at Lugogo Cricket Oval. So grab your ticket right now on the Momo app or dial *165*20#. The Vinca Live and Loud concert is brought to you by Swans Avenue, Bell Lager, and Uganda Warji. Excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health. Not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
The Presidential Initiative for Skilling the Girl and Boy Child, a project under State House, informs all divisions of Kampala that registration for young girls and boys of the 15 to 35 years age bracket will take place on Thursday 13th of August 2026 with training starting on Monday 17th of August 2026 at the following skilling centers: Wandegea Market, Mulago Catholic Church, All Saints Church of Uganda Mutundwe, Nakulabye Chiwunya Our Lady of Fatima Catholic Church, Luzira Prisons at St. Stephen's Church of Uganda Luzira, Subway Crested Towers Roundabout, Wabigalo Parish Community Hall, Butikira Parish Catholic Church Chigowa Antinda, and Makere Chikoni Community Hall. Registration and training are free of charge. To register, bring a photocopy of your national ID or your parents' or the guardian's ID for minors, signed and stamped by the LC1 with their phone contact, plus 4 recent passport photos. For more information, call 0716 144 562 or 0414 343 457 and 0414 343 458.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest honey show in Africa? This August, Tunado welcomes the world to the 4th Africa Apimondia Symposium and Exhibition featuring honey show, apiculture, learning sessions, and business networking opportunities under the theme Beekeeping for Business and Livelihoods. Come join apiculture leaders, researchers, processors, investors, and food systems practitioners from across Africa and beyond. Come and be part of this historic gathering from the 25th to the 28th of August 2026 at Hotel Africana, Kampala. The 4th Africa Apimondia Symposium and Honey Show is organized by Tunado in partnership with Come, Network, Learn, Grow.
Let's get into reducing accidents, and it is the Ministry of Works and Transport in conjunction with the Traffic Police that has intensified its crackdown on motorists who violate traffic laws through an operation dubbed Barabara Salama Safe Route. During this particular operation, 3 bus drivers were arrested after being found operating without the required licenses. Several other drivers and motorcyclists who lacked proper documentation were also apprehended. Thank God.
As part of the government's effort to reduce road accidents, the Ministry of Works and Transport launched the Barabara Salama, or a Safe Roads initiative to root out drivers operating without valid permits. The operation first commenced on the Kampala-Masaka Highway. Following the successful enforcement on the Massacre Road, users of the Gulu-Bombo Highway were targeted today. By 9 a.m., officials from the Ministry of Works and Transport, accompanied by the traffic police, had set up roadblocks at Matuga to screen drivers. Every vehicle stopped was required to produce a valid driving license, verify passenger numbers, and check cargo weight. Several drivers were arrested and some vehicles were impounded. The operation did not spare border riders nor school vans, as the enforcement extended to all road users. Three bus drivers were arrested after failing to provide valid permits to operate public transport vehicles. The traffic police had to source replacement drivers to ensure that passengers reached their destinations safely, while the original drivers remained in custody.
So for us, we are taking you from Ministry of Works. We are trying to make sure that you travel well. You could have been disorganized a bit, but we want to thank you for your patience.
Winston Katushabe, Commissioner at the Ministry of Works and Transport, stated that the operation aims to reach a significant milestone in reducing road accidents.
This operation you see ranges from bus operations, but also other public service vehicles like 14-seaters. You have seen those which are overloaded. We have asked police to charge the drivers for overloading the passengers.
Michael Kananura, the traffic police spokesperson, said that every driver arrested will be charged according to the traffic laws.
Our message to our people is, to people out there, it's important for you to comply. Comply before we come for you. We have talked enough, and this is now time to act.
Why was the sting operation very close to a place where good meat was being roasted? I will never know. Now, the blame game over the chaos witnessed in Homa Bay town after the weekend is intensifying, with both sides of the political divide pointing fingers at each other over violence that left people dead, scores injured, and property destroyed.
Peter Kaluma is now at the center of the Homa Bay chaos debate.
Good afternoon.
Days before the Linda Mwananchi rally, the three-term MP made remarks warning those opposed to President William Ruto will be dealt with. Days later, the rally turned chaotic. Roads were barricaded, stones hurled, gunshots reported, vehicles torched, and scores injured. The National Cohesion and Integration Commission has now summoned Kaluma to appear before it on August 19th and explain his remarks. But Kaluma says his words are being taken out of context and has turned the accusation back on the Linda Mwananchi team.
Following my address, which is now very famous and has been twisted, most of the hired thugs and hardcore criminals who were booked in Homa Bay County relocated.
The blame has also reached the state, said Governor James Orengo. A member of the Linda Mwananchi team appeared before the DCI and accused the government of weaponizing law enforcement following the arrest of some of his allies.
This is an activity which is condoned by the President of the Republic of Kenya. We hold President Ruto to account of the deaths and the violence that took place in Homa Bay. I know, as a matter of fact, when he was in Eldoret in that region, he came to Kisumu and spent a night at the State House to organize the activities which took place in Homa Bay. President Ruto himself
paying goons to attack Linda Mwananchi team on Sunday.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has gone further, accusing the Ruto administration of organizing the Homa Bay chaos, alleging it was part of a plan to disrupt the political process ahead of 2027.
Hii violence ilikuwa Homa Bay na ile imefanyika kwingine is a trial run. Murkomen has been briefed to cause chaos in Kenya, make the country ungovernable, so that the IBC can postpone the general election for 2 years and William Ruto can continue to be in office for another 2 years because ameletewa data ya kwamba there is no way he can be elected.
The allegations have also dragged former President Uhuru Kenyatta into the controversy with claims that he is financing the Linda Mwananchi campaign.
We demand investigations
and action by the state security apparatus of the funding and support to the Linda Mwananchi Group by President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua.
For now, the question remains, who organized the violence, who financed it, and who will be held accountable? What happened in Homa Bay has become a warning of how quickly political competition can turn violent, with the road to 2027 already taking shape. Brian Amuai for Live at 9.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800-211-033 to get started.
Malayuni Pride Bank. It is so easy. You just have to maintain a minimum monthly balance of 100K and we'll give you health insurance for free. The bigger the balance, the bigger the benefits. Visit a nearby branch or call 0800 333 999 to learn more.
Pride Bank. Your growth is our pride.
Experience the ultimate in bathing luxury with Lanzo Luxury Bathing Soap. Choose from a variety of refreshing types, including menthol, antibacterial, ice cool, blueberry, coconut, and raspberry. Each one promises an upper-world, refreshing feel that redefines your experience with bathing. Lanzo Luxury Bathing Soap, the ultimate refreshing feel. Distributed by Chopper General Enterprises, located at shop number 3, Rafik Building, Chikoba, Kampala. You can find Lanzo Luxury Bathing Soap in shops and supermarkets nearby.
Searching for the right investment destination, Kabalega Petro-based Industrial Park is now open for business in Hoima, Uganda. Over 221 plots measuring 536 acres are available for petrochemicals, agro-processing, manufacturing, industrial services, logistics, warehousing, ICT, hospitality, commercial and residential. Don't let this opportunity pass you. Visit the KIP Investor Portal at kip.unoc.com. Discover the various investment opportunities and project updates, create an account, and book a site visit at KIP. Kabalega Petro-based Industrial Park is open for business. Invest in KIP, invest in Uganda.
New Tusker Premium Cider. Crisp, delicious apples crushed and blended to create a unique taste explosion.
Tired of the limits? Tired of slow connections? It's time to break free. Introducing BCC Net from Blue Crane Communications. Subscribe to the package that suits your lifestyle. Starting from just 65,000 shillings per month, choose from BCC Lite 40 Mbps, BCC Pro 50 Mbps, BCC Extreme 100 Mbps, or BCC Ultra 200 Mbps. For every need and every moment, learning, conferencing, gaming, and so much more. Switch to BCC Net today. Fast, reliable, and true unlimited internet. Contact us on 0200-30-6200 or send an email to customercare@bcc.co.ug. Blue Crane Communications is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Business Pulse, brought to you by
Welcome back. Now, Uganda is pushing for deeper regional integration and a deliberate reduction in the cost of doing business as East Africa seeks to unlock its industrial potential. At the 3rd Annual Regional Industrialization Conference in Kampala, government and private sector leaders called on commercial banks, regulators and central banks to build an integrated financial ecosystem that can unlock capital, strengthen industrial competitiveness and facilitate seamless cross-border trade.
Uganda is betting on industrialization and regional integration to drive its next phase of economic growth. Representing President Yoweri Museveni, the Finance Minister Henry Musasizi said Uganda's ambition of becoming a 500 billion economy by 2030 will depend on private sector investment and a competitive regional market.
Our region cannot achieve sustainable, inclusive and transformative economic growth. Industrialization creates jobs, adds value to our abundant natural resources, expands intra-regional trade in manufactured goods, and reduces our vulnerability to external shocks.
Government is expanding industrial parks and infrastructure to attract investment in manufacturing, agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, textiles, steel and construction materials.
As we work towards a network of at least 25 industrial parks distributed equitably across the country.
But business leaders say production alone is not enough.
The question for us all is, can we build industries that grow, businesses that compete regionally? It was great to hear the East African Business Council speaking about going back to Nairobi with evidence of our ability to be able to build industries and businesses that can be able to scale regionally.
We have seen that our contribution to GDP by the manufacturing or the industry sector has risen to 16.5% from almost 4%.
High transport and energy costs, multiple custom procedures, non-tariff barriers and foreign exchange losses continue to raise the cost of trading across borders.
Non-tariff barriers have become the barriers, the way you hear the word barrier, they have become a stoppage of trade. It is not moving on smoothly. Businessmen are facing a lot of losses.
Private sector leaders are calling for deliberate measures to lower costs of production, including deeper financial integration, and for some, a single East African currency to reduce foreign exchange conversion costs and currency risks.
How can we have one harmonized account opening process that allows us to get, for you to be able to transact across East Africa? So that is important from a regulation point of view. We've spoken about the currency. How do you try and have a harmonized currency regime that allows us to do that? The third one is, how do you create free flow of goods and services across? We're spending too much time as well queuing at the borders. How do we make sure that there's a much easier flow of goods?
The East African Business Council says the region must move from competing national economies to complementary value chains covering sourcing, production, distribution, and exports.
I think it's clear protection is good, and it may appear to be protecting certain emerging markets and producers, but also it has its costs. It raises the cost of downstream industries. Also, it makes us less competitive within the region.
The redevelopment works at the Fufa Kadiba Stadium are underway ahead of the AFCON 2027. This and more in this sports wrap.
The Federation of Uganda Football Associations has officially handed over Fufa Stadium Kadiba for redevelopment to meet CAF standards as Uganda's preparations for the AFCON 2027 intensify. Kadiba is one of the 9 earmarked AFCON training grounds.
Our dream is to add another pitch to support the grass, because the grass you're going to put here is very delicate grass. It's not grass you can use every day.
You've said there's a need for you to have an expansion of land, to have a natural pitch versus artificial pitch. That's a meeting we can now discuss and see how we can again work closely.
But like you have heard from the technical people and everybody who spoke, the timeline we're looking at for Kadiba here is 3 months, not more than 3 months. And I can assure you UPDF has all capabilities to undertake and complete the refurbishment of the pitch within the 3 months.
We are planning to crash the program so that we do it in a shorter time to enable preparations for AFCON games start early.
The works will be undertaken by the UPDF Engineering Brigade for 6 months at an estimated cost of about 50 billion shillings. Elsewhere, after taking the Tascalite Mount Rwenzori Marathon to World Athletics Label status, organizer Amos Wakesa wants to continuously see Ghanaian athletes in the top ranks at the global stage. He made the remarks as Britain unveiled 100 million shillings sponsorship for this year's marathon due this Saturday in Kasese.
I think our dream is to make sure that within the next 10 years or 5 years, that we get at least 20 highly ranked runners around the world, which is good for all of us.
Our association with the Rwenzori Marathon has enabled us set ourselves a mark in the space of the travel insurance, where we've been providing value to travelers out of Uganda and those also coming into Uganda.
Meanwhile, rally driver Umar Daudi has secured a new sponsorship deal with Crown Beverages through Sting energy drink brand, confirming a sponsorship partnership for a year.
But still, I'll remain Umar Dauda as usual, and I'll deliver what I've been delivering. And just to add up a little, of course, I have the support I've not been having, then definitely I have to step on a bit more on the gas pedal.
He has always been putting up a very good show. He has had a couple of podium finishes, and as Sting wanted to associate with the best. And that is why we decided to choose him as our brand influencer for Sting within the motorsport fraternity.
With 4 rounds left on the 2026 National Championship, Daudi has vowed to let the car do the talking.
Sometimes escape begins above the clouds, where peace waits beneath the trees. Here, nature invites you to breathe, to reconnect, to feel alive again. Where warm welcomes feel as natural as the forest around you. A sanctuary designed for comfort. And moments made to flow effortlessly. Forest Resort Louise, where nature welcomes you home.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ngo ishe watu yahewa Esther wahangura school fees ngene na hateja shana amashemero magonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash kushashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo muchisheri zagwijo wanje ninga nchaka ngwasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga.
Looking for a vacation of a lifetime? Cross the equator and discover Pineapple Bay Resort. Enjoy exceptional life's luxuries. Spend quality time with family, friends, or even that special someone. Get in touch with nature with our range of outdoor activities. The calming tranquility of water, breathtaking views, moving memories around campfires. It's all here. Plus, a club experience like no other at Pineapple Bay Clubhouse. It's a whole vibe. You can hire any of our 3 VIP cruise boats for groups of 10, 14, or 25 people. Or you can cruise out with swag on a luxury yacht for 12 people. Our premium boats are all safety compliant. Make your next vacay an all-round experience at Pineapple Bay, located on Bulago Island, right in the midst of Lake Victoria. Talk to us today.
Hey, travelers! Are you a family gearing up for that big vacation, a hustler working abroad coming home, or your squad chasing sunsets and passport stamps? It's time you lock in. Say goodbye to long airport queues, shocking roaming bills, and the stress of hunting for local SIM cards, because now you can travel like a local. Stay connected in over 180 countries. Just scan, tap, and boom! Instant data the moment you reach your destination. Get your Rogue Travel eSIM today at travel.roguetelecom.co.ug. Contact us on 020-500-123.